And now to the association, the best team in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, hosting the Bucks, but no Gilgeous-Alexander or no Giannis. But have no fear, here's Andre Jackson Jr. flying in with the putback dunk. Check that out, that takes some ups. Here's Kyle Kuzma pulling it up for three, and Bucks would be up by 12. Later, just a couple minutes later, in fact, here's Kuzma again, strong in the paint, the and one. He had 14 points on the night. I'll tell you who loves it. Ready?
Who that?
Giannis.
There he is.
Check it out. He's like, that's my guy. Keep doing that. Here's Chet Holmgren driving. And that's a dunk. We love that. Thunder would trail at half, though, 67-55. Later on in the third, here's Ousmane Dieng hitting the three. 19 points on the game for him. We finish with this. Bobby Portis, the Arkansas grad, stepping back, hitting the jumper. Bucks would win 110-93.
I'm not mad at it. Thursday was the last day before the All-Star break begins, and despite their loss, the Thunder once again have the best record in the West for the second straight season. They're 2 wins off their total entering last season's break. That team won 68 games and the NBA title. And perhaps their biggest threat, the Spurs, are second in the West and just 3 games out. San Antonio has had OKC's number this season, winning 4 out of 5 games, with 3 of those coming by double digits. No other team has more than 2 wins against the Thunder overall. And the old guard is still very well represented in the West. Kevin Durant and the Rockets are 4th, while LeBron James and the Lakers are also in the playoff picture. Steph Curry and the Warriors have some work to do, as they're 8th in the West and have lost 6 of their last 10. So as we enter the All-Star break, let's talk a little West Side with the homie Kendrick Perkins. With the West being the gauntlet that it is, Perk, which team has surprised you the most that's in the mix?
I think the team that surprised everybody, the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, I knew that they were going to be good. We thought that they were maybe a year or 2 away. But this team is ready right now, and they're legit title contenders. And yes, it's led by a top 5 player, in my opinion, right now, Victor Wembanyama. Also with the core that they got, I mean, the young players that they have on the perimeter. When you look at Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle, and then you have great vets and De'Aaron Fox, who just got announced to being an All-Star this year. Harrison Barnes bringing the championship experience. They check all the boxes, and they're the biggest surprise to me because they're now sitting 3 games back from being the number 1 seed in the Western Conference to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay, so Spurs certainly a shock relative to the expectations that they have for them at the beginning of the year, but they ain't sneaking up on anybody now. So who might catch someone slipping as a dark horse out of that conference?
The person that's been catching people slipping all for the last 2 seasons, Anthony Edwards in the Minnesota Timberwolves. We forget that this is a team that has been to back-to-back conference finals. And although they've been having an up-and-down season, they still have their core group. And by the way, the Robin of that team just went for a 40-piece all flats, Habanero style, Julius Randle, who, by the way, is pissed off because he didn't make the All-Star game. So when you look at what they have, the experience that they have, if they stay healthy, especially with the growth of Anthony Edwards' game, we're starting to see him now utilize more of the post-ups, the mid-range, work from the elbows, and he's averaging a career high. This team could be a dark horse to win the West if they keep clicking on all cylinders and stay true to their identity, and that's being physical and locking up defensively.
Yeah, and man, got a little 3 happy, but he's now settled in back into that mid-range maestro mode that we have expected from him. Perk, don't go nowhere. We got to holler at you about the East in just a little bit.
Bet.
And over to the Eastern Conference, the Pistons enter the All-Star break with the best record in the East for the first time since 06-07. Detroit is 17-6 against teams with a winning record. That includes a 5-1 mark against the Celtics and Knicks. And as for the Celtics, there has been no down year without Jason Tatum. They sit 2nd in the East, the same as they were entering last year's All-Star break. It's been Jaylen Brown who's really picked up the slack, as he's 4th in the NBA in scoring, averaging over 29 points per game. And then both the Cavs and Hornets have won 10 of their last 11 entering the break. Cleveland landed James Harden at the deadline. They're 3-0 since his debut. And then Con Knipple and the Hornets are tied for the most wins since the start of the new year. They haven't made the playoffs since 2016. And now we welcome in back to the big fella, Kendrick Perkins. What's up, Perk? We want to talk now about the Eastern Conference. We just talked about the West. So it feels like when we hit the All-Star break, it's really time to evaluate where teams are at. And I'm curious, in the Eastern Conference, which team has surpassed your expectations for them?
Well, it's a team that I played for, a team that at the start of the season, everybody thought they was going to fall off like no limit. But here they are right now sitting second in the Eastern Conference, and it's the Celtics, with a guy, in my opinion, who should be leading the MVP race in Jaylen Brown. And when you think about what the Celtics has done thus far in this season, it has been the coaching of Joe Mazzulla, the culture of the guys who has won the championship, what they bought. And this team is the most scariest, dangerous team in the NBA because they have no expectations and they playing with house money, and they might be getting Jason Tatum back. They have surprised everybody. We thought they was going to be playing for a lottery pick.
But they're playing with house money. I love that reference. All right, so the East continues to be wide open. Which team will be the most dangerous once the playoffs roll around?
Oh, you know what? I gotta go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they're Donovan Mitchell is the guy that's under the most pressure in the NBA out of all the players. He is a guy that has never led a team to a conference finals. And what the Cavs has done at this trade deadline is put him in position to be successful. I love the pickup of Dennis Schroeder. I love the pickup of Ellis, but I love James Harden for them. James Harden has become one of the best facilitators in the game of basketball, and he's going to get Donovan Mitchell easy shots. He's going to get Evan Mobley and Jared Allen easy baskets, and Donovan Mitchell now has no excuses whatsoever to get to make a run, and at bare minimum get to the conference finals.
All right, I love it. Thanks so much for the time, Perk. Always great chatting with you.
I appreciate you.
There have been talks about tanking across the NBA lately, and the league levied a couple of fines in an attempt to course correct. The Jazz caught a $500,000 penalty, while the Pacers face $100,000 for sitting healthy players in recent games, thereby compromising the integrity of the contests. Those tilts occurring on February 7th and February 3rd, respectively. Commissioner Adam Silver said in a statement, quote, "We are working with our competition committee and board of governors to implement further measures to root out this type of conduct."
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,